Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the life of someone who is, without a doubt, one of the most recognizable figures in modern history. We're talking about the one and only Queen Elizabeth II. She wasn't just the world's most famous monarch, you guys. She was this incredible, stabilizing force who literally shaped an entire era. Her life? Well, it was this massive journey of dedication that left a permanent mark on the globe.
Okay, let's dive into this. Her story actually kicks off with the ultimate twist of fate. So, she was born in London back on April 21, 1926. And here's the crazy part. As a young girl, she never expected to rule the United Kingdom, not even on her radar. But, as we know, circumstances shifted dramatically. Jump to 1952, and following the sudden passing of her father, she suddenly found herself ascending to the throne. It's just absolutely fascinating to think about, right? Someone who wasn't originally meant to wear the crown, stepping up to face this monumental reality.
And boy, did she step up. For an incredibly long time, too. 70 years. Just let that sink in for a second. 70. It's a staggering number, and it really highlights the sheer, unprecedented scale of her reign. For roughly 7 decades, she provided unwavering, dedicated service to the UK and the Commonwealth nations. When you actually stop to recognize that vast expanse of time, it really helps you grasp the sheer magnitude of her commitment. I mean, she essentially dedicated her entire adult life to the duties of the monarchy.
Now, navigating 7 decades of history, that is definitely no easy feat. Throughout that incredibly long reign, the Queen had to work closely and steadfastly, I might add, with a massive array of ever-changing global leaders and countless prime ministers. When you think about the sheer amount of political shifts, global crises, and massive historical milestones over those 70 years, her ability to consistently collaborate with so many vastly different personalities on the world stage, it's honestly nothing short of remarkable.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that navigating all of that constant change required a very unique set of core personal attributes. She was famously anchored by this genuine simplicity, a profound sense of responsibility, and incredibly steadfast leadership. And you know, these weren't just abstract buzzwords. These were practical, everyday qualities. They endeared her to the public and allowed her to project this amazing sense of calm and stability, even when the world around her was going through massive, chaotic changes.
To really understand the person behind the crown, though, we've got to look back to the dark, incredibly difficult days of World War II. During this super challenging time for her nation, she didn't just sit safely on the sidelines. No, she actively served her country. Her deep commitment was on full display, and she played a truly vital role in boosting the morale of her people. It showed everyone that she was totally willing to get her hands dirty, share in the nation's struggles, and do her part to uplift the people around her.
But, you know, beyond all the heavy state duties and global politics, she definitely had a distinct personal flair. For instance, she had this well-known lifelong passion for horses, something that clearly brought her a ton of joy. Yet even with these personal, everyday interests, she always maintained this highly dignified, almost majestic presence at all the royal ceremonies. That brilliant balance, having a deeply relatable personal hobby while still commanding absolute professional dignity, is a huge part of why she earns such deep respect all around the globe.
Let's move to and see how this builds a complete picture of her extraordinary life journey. Basically, 3 pivotal anchors really stand out here. We start way back with her birth in London in 1926. Then, we jump to that huge, unexpected turning point in 1952 when she ascended the throne. And finally, we reach the year 2022 when she passed away at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. When we lay her history out chronologically like this, it just really puts the sweeping, epic scale of her life into perspective, doesn't it?
So on September 8th, 2022, an era solemnly came to an end. She passed away at the age of 96. This marked the close of a completely unprecedented reign, leading to the smooth and immediate transfer of power to her eldest son, who of course became King Charles III. It was one of those historic moments where literally the entire world just paused. We all stopped to recognize and reflect upon 96 years of a truly momentous life.
So, the crucial point is that ultimately, her life leaves us with some profoundly enduring lessons. It teaches us the real value of a sense of duty, the absolute necessity of patience, the true weight of responsibility, and the highest meaning of public service. Because she embodied these specific traits so incredibly well, she didn't just rule a nation. She earned a totally unique, highly respected place in world history, one that's going to be studied for generations to come.
And this brilliantly illustrates why diving into history matters so much for us right now. Seriously, ask yourself, can we adopt this same sense of duty in our own lives? Sure, we might not be leading entire nations, but those timeless values, patience, stepping up to take responsibility, and serving others, those are virtues every single one of us can strive for every single day. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this journey has left you feeling inspired to apply just a little bit of that steadfast dedication to your own life.